The new US national security strategy makes no reference to the US-UK relationship and instead describes the EU as the, quote, indispensable partner in Europe. What impact is the political relationship having on the defence relationship? Secretary of State.
Well, I'm in defence actually covering both the Trump presidency and the President Biden, and what I would say is that at operational level, it's incredibly strong. At military leadership level, it is a very strong and enduring relationship. And actually at political level, my relationship with Lloyd Austin is absolutely as strong as it was with Mark Esper at the time. And indeed, we are very much still seen as a key European ally, or one of the most or closest European ally on defence and NATO. We are one of the biggest contributors in NATO, and indeed, the Five Eyes community. Underpinning good defence relationships is obviously intelligence, and being a Five Eye partner is absolutely important to that glue. I know what you say about the US strategy, but I've seen nothing in action or indeed word in my meetings or anything else to indicate Britain has lost in any way that key position.
Well, there are references to AUKUS and the Five Eyes that you mentioned, one of those two. That's true, but I would have thought it was, personally, I think it's very strange that in anything we write, the US is very much in there. I mean, without the US, we would be naked in the conference chamber, to use probably a rather bad phrase, but you know what I mean? They are crucial to us. As you say, we are crucial to them. So I'm surprised, and I'm surprised you're not surprised, that we're not actually mentioned in the way that we would mention.
Well, we did contribute to it. So we are asked and
Right.
consulted on it throughout the process, just as we shared our draft thinking with the United States. And I'm delighted that the US strategy embraces campaigning, which I have decided and thought about being one of the most important reforms to our defence. Our modern way of addressing threats around the world is constant campaigning, and
I thought the message here says EU is indispensable. The UK, who is meant to be the close buddy, doesn't get a mention, despite the fact, as you say, we've contributed. I find it just odd.
I didn't,
What message does that give out to the rest of the world?
Well, I think
we don't get a mention.
To be fair, you could ask the United States that. I mean, for me, I don't feel any lesser because of how many times I mentioned any report, or the UK
Not
is.
you personally,
Or the UK is. I mean, I think, when you talk about NATO, we're one of the biggest contributors. So when you talk about NATO, it is important. AUKUS, is a very clear strategic partnership that is not available to many other countries. So I don't worry about it, because I've had an experience over the last 3 and a bit years with the United States on both sides of the aisle, effectively, that has demonstrated only one thing, which is a constant trust and partnership with us at a level that I don't see in other countries around the world.